10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Previously on ISPW Weekly.
For the longest time, I had my eyes set on ISPW because there's people here that irritate me. I hate what these people in this country represent. Come on!
Who are you going after? Because right now, I see the light heavyweight division is fertile ground. The only problem is that nincompoop Brandon Downey is the light heavyweight champion, and you're probably friends with him, right?
No, I'm not friends with Brandon Downey.
Okay.
Honestly, I respect him, but I don't necessarily like the guy.
Oh,
I think he got a little bit of a big head since he won the title, and I think he's believing his own hype.
With the ideals set forth by the ISPW Board of Directors, it is therefore decreed that Toto Atam be immediately suspended without pay for a period of 2 weeks. This action was voted
ISPW Weekly is going live. Be there.
did to me 2 weeks ago, Esmeralda. Yes. Mark that down. Exactly. Oh, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Toto Atam is back in the country. I had a 2-week sabbatical. Thanks to that no good Pat Savino. You all saw what happened a couple of weeks ago. Suspending the general manager from ISPW. And then you saw what my best friend did. My best friend saw that I had 2 weeks off, and he sent me on a European vacation. And I got to tell you, I almost came back with another signing here at ISPW. See, I was in Europe, and I went up to the top of the Swiss Alps, and I met the wrestling king. Okay, you may not know this, but in Sweden, they have what they call the Swiss Wrestling King. Right now, his name is Carmine Arrotta. He's the champion as of 2025. I almost had him coming to ISPW. There were visa issues, so I wasn't able to bring him over. But hey, you all know that Toto Atam already has made the greatest signing in ISPW history. You saw him a month ago in Little Falls when we had that show sponsored by our sponsor, Pleasurable Piercings. We thank them. Anyway, it was the most controversial, the most bombastic, the greatest introduction of any ISPW talent I have ever seen. I'm glad I was a part of it. So I'm going to bring him on right now. Nasty Nic Nolan.
What's up, Tom?
Mr. Nolan, you and I have not crossed paths since that illustrious debut about a month ago. Now, I've been out of action for a few weeks. I understand you made another statement recently at an ISPW event. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I took it upon myself to go to Vernon, New Jersey, which is actually a place that I spent a lot of time growing up. And I kind of went into business for myself because, like I said in my debut when you were there, after making the greatest signing in ISPW history, there's some people, one person in particular that irritates me, that pisses me off, that bothers me. And it's no surprise that it's Joe Clean. You know, I beat up Alex, the Revolver, when I got there. Wrong place, wrong time, nothing personal, like the dude. But Mr. Clean, I actually have a bone to pick with him simply because, like I said at the show, he's a parody to wrestling, and it's disrespectful to me. It's disrespectful to every person that stepped in the ring before me, and it's disrespectful to the people up and coming who actually take this seriously. So I decided to go in there and do what I do best, and that's just whip his ass.
Yeah, and it's all going to come to a head. We have some shows that we got to go over. We have a big one that's happening tomorrow night in Wildwood, New Jersey. But first, let's talk about what Nick is saying. This Friday night in Parsippany, New Jersey, Nasty Nic Nolan makes his official debut in a one-on-one match with Mr. Joe Clean. Okay, and we call it the Great New Jersey Bash. It's Friday, August 21st at the Parsippany PAL. 7:30 p.m. You can get tickets at the door, or you can get them in advance at ISPWwrestling.com. Nasty Nick, I'm very interested in your background and how you got to ISPW. Please share.
So, what exactly do you want to know? Like how I actually got into ISPW or leading
The training.
the training? Okay, fair. So I started training 2012. My first coach was Lance T. Storm. T stands for Thunder. After I finished that, I went over to Poughkeepsie, trained at the House of Hardcore for a little bit with Tommy Dreamer. Then from there, I went to Create a Pro for a few months, trained with Brian Myers, wound up packing all my bags, drove across the United States of America to Southern California and trained with Brian Kendrick. Didn't really pursue wrestling while I was out there because I had my own things going on. Wanted to come back. Then COVID happened. When COVID happened, I met up with Brian. He's like, hey, I don't coach anymore. I don't have a school, but you're more than welcome to pick my brain. So that's what I would do. And then one day out of the blue, I just shot Black and Brave a email saying, hey, is it possible to be squeezed into a class in the next year or 2 years, whatever it is? I have prior experience. I wake up the next day, they email me back saying, hey, guess what? Someone from England dropped out. You can take his spot. Class starts in a week. You have to pay for everything like today. I did. I went to Iowa, trained with Seth Rollins, stayed in Iowa for a few years, ran its course, came back to New York. That's where I live now. That's where I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. And got into ISPW because I walked into Tommy's store. He saw me, sees money, put me on the show. I pretty much do what I want now.
Oh, obviously. I mean, like the first time I saw you at that show in Little Falls, New Jersey, I saw money. That's the reason why you have the highest paid contract in ISPW history, guaranteed contract. And also, we have to just remind everyone that if anyone comes back into ISPW and asks for more money, Nic Nolan gets more than they do. That's because we see money in Nic Nolan here in ISPW.
And that's the way it should be. I mean, like, who are we kidding? Who are we kidding? I walked the part, I talked the part, I looked the part. I said this when after I beat Joe Clean's at the show in Vernon, I said that I am it, and I am it. I'm everything that encompasses a professional wrestler, a top guy professional wrestler. And there's no one who can tell me otherwise. Just because you don't like me doesn't mean I'm wrong, So take that for what it is. I'm going to be in this business for a long time. I'm going to make a lot of money. And no matter where I go, that place is going to make a lot of money too. So you can either complain about it or shut up and enjoy the ride.
I usually don't do this, but we have a lot of people who are back on the comments this evening. Justin saying we saw this bum in Vernon. Well, I mean, come on.
You know what? What's funny though with Justin? Who said that? What's his name?
His name is Justin.
Justin Lair.
Yeah.
You see this bum in New Jersey? Guess who paid to see this bum? And guess who got your money? So who's the real bum here? Not me, because I'm making plenty of money. And you're paying to watch.
Let's see. This guy always tunes in every week. Joe Clean will be victorious. But that's a very, creative statement.
That is, if that's his favorite show on Nickelodeon, be my guest. But he's not going to beat me. He can be victorious, but he's not going to be victorious on Friday. I want Joe Clean to win. I want him to, but he's not going to. So after he faces me, I know he's facing Richard Holiday tomorrow. I want him to beat Richard. He's not going to. You can want all these things, but it doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Yeah. We might as well mention that really quick right now, Nick. And this is your time, but I will mention Joe Clean does have a match. It's happening tomorrow night at the Wildwood Convention Center. He's taking on Richard Holliday. We'll get more into that later, but we just want to just highlight what's happening this Friday night in Parsippany, New Jersey. Joe Clean against Nasty Nic Nolan. First appearance one-on-one by Nasty Nick at the Parsippany PAL. Get your tickets at ispwwrestling.com, or you can get them at the door. Starts at 7:30. Now, what's the big picture for Nasty Nic Nolan in ISPW?
Big picture is to make a lot of money.
Yeah,
It's
after Joe Clean.
I don't care about Joe Clean.
Mhm.
All I care about is winning, making money, and winning championships. It's really black and white. It's really that simple. I don't have ulterior motives. I'm not coming in here, I need to prove it. No, I really don't care about any of that. All I care about is money. All I care about is championships. So whoever is the champion, it's nothing personal, but I'm going to take those when I want. And I'm going to make a lot of money doing it.
Seems like you have a fan on here, Nick. Let me just put this post up here. Excuse me, Laura. I think you mean you want Nasty Nic Nolan to say hi to you. All right. Nasty Nic Nolan, when he's in the room, there's nobody else. Okay. I even admit to that. Yeah, I might be the GM of ISPW, but there's not a better looking man. There's not a better wrestler in ISPW than Nasty Nic Nolan. So Miss Laura, whatever you are, no, he's not going to say hi to you, and neither am I.
Can you ban her?
Yeah, I think I can.
Yeah, ban her.
Look, Nick, I know you have a lot going on, and I can't wait to see you this Friday night at the Parsippany PAL. You're obviously a busy man. You're not only just wrestling in ISPW, but you're all over the independent circuit. Okay, I saw you in AEW just 2-3 weeks ago, wrestling at Collision, I think, on Saturday night. So you are the future. We are thankful that you're here at ISPW, and I can't wait to see you destroy Joe Clean on Friday night and have you back on ISPW Weekly.
Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you see that. I'm glad you say it out loud. Just keep putting it into the universe, because it's not only you seeing it. I'm going back to AEW after I beat Joe Clean. I'm going to be on Collision Saturday. So you're going to see me, a lot of me. You're going to see me around a lot. I can show up in AEW. I can show up in WWE. I will show up in ISPW. And no matter where I go, I'm going to be winning. It's as simple as that. So you can either shut up and appreciate it while it's here, or complain. Do what you do. Like these people in the comments, like Justin Lair and John Van Decker, unlimited hot dog contract. Like, bro, these people are corny. These people are corny. And that's why I don't pay any mind to them. They continue to pay and go to these shows, and I continue to make money. So, yes, unlimited hot dogs. If they're beef, I'll have them. If not, I won't.
Thank you once again, Nasty Nic Nolan, for being on ISPW Weekly, episode 102. See you this Friday night.
Yeah, you will. And make sure you ban Laura. She can't even spell my name right. NYWK Ninlon. What the hell is that?
I don't know. I don't know.
And then Bob Kelly. He's a jobber on AEW. I'm on AEW.
Yeah.
Okay,
please.
end. Okay, end. So is CM Punk. He was a jobber. So is John Moxley. He was a jobber. So is Seth Rollins. He was a jobber. We're doing what you wish you can do. We're doing what you wish you can do. You wish you can be in my shoes. You wish you can be in the WWE. You wish you can be in AEW, but you never will be. You're subjected to writing these stupid comments. And that's all you're ever going to be, is someone writing comments, watching me live your dream.
I apologize. The fan base sometimes at ISPW really, really are a bunch of eggheads. And, well, guess what? You're having the last laugh this Friday night. That's all I know. And they're paying tickets to go see you.
They sure are. Make sure you're in Parsippany.
Nasty Nic Nolan, thank you again for being here on ISPW Weekly. We will see you soon.
All right.
You know what? You're a bunch of eggheads. Who is this? This Laura Packness. That's because you're irrelevant. Really? Yes. Ban you. God. There were some things that happened while I was gone. And I have another guest that's going to be coming on the show right now. Is he in the green room? Is he ready to come on? This man, if you saw at the beginning of the show, it was Carmine Arrotta, and he was. Let me see if I can get him on here. Carmine, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. I see you only got the audio. Oh, there you are. Okay.
How we doing, everybody?
Hey, Carmine, I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show, but I had an old clip from you talking. First of all, let me get this stupid comment out of here. I don't know why this is even on here. I apologize for that. I don't know if you saw the comment. It was you talking about the light heavyweight championship and Brandon Downey not being a friend of yours.
Yes, sir. I remember that fondly.
And now I was gone for 2 weeks because I was suspended, and I come back, and all of a sudden, well, let's just show everybody what happened here. I have some photographs. There, look at this. I don't know if you could see this, Carmine.
I see it, man.
You are on the shoulders of LSG and GKM. Around your waist is the ISPW Light Heavyweight Championship, and there you are with the belt inside the ring. I am very happy this happened, Carmine.
Thank you so much, Tom. That means the world to me, man. I'm happy as well. You know, I've never, ever held gold in professional wrestling until that night. So it was very surreal. It was a special night for me, and I just can't wait to get to work. You know, tomorrow we got a very exciting matchup between me and 4 of the very best light heavyweights in the world today. We're all hungry. We all want to get a contract signed. You know, like we all want this more than anyone else. So this is probably going to be a match of the night contender.
I also see that you're walking the boardwalk in Wildwood, New Jersey. Is that correct?
No, I'm actually in Atlantic City. I was trying to make it to my hotel
Oh.
right before, I got on here, but it is what it is. Tried my best. Couldn't get there.
Okay.
But we're still here, man. We're still here. We're still promoting the show, talking about, that surreal night. I had my whole family there, Tom. My whole family was there. We were the main event. We weren't supposed to be the main event, but Tommy said, you know what? This seems like a big fight field. There's a big crowd here tonight. Let's give you boys an opportunity. Let's see what you could do. It's sink or swim. You guys are going to be in the main event of ISPW tonight. And I swam. I swam better than Brandon Downey, that's for sure. And I don't know if you remember, but the last time I was on this show, I told you that my plan was to be ISPW light heavyweight champion. And did I lie to you, Tom?
No, I remember.
Yeah, so this has always been a childhood dream of mine to become a champion. And I finally accomplished that dream about a week and a half ago. And it was probably the craziest feeling of my life to win that championship in the main event and then have all my friends and my family and my peers, all the wrestlers come in the ring and tell me how proud they are of me, how I earned it, how I worked super hard for it. It's just something I'll never forget. LSG, GKM, 2 of the top guys on the independents, putting me on their shoulders, putting me over the way they did. It felt like something straight out of a movie. And it's just, man, I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And I just can't wait for tomorrow. I can't wait to showcase my abilities against 4 of the very best. I can't wait for them to showcase their abilities for the world as well. And then after that, whoever wants to smoke, step up, get put down. Because I'm here to prove that I am the very best. Not a lot of people realize that yet, but they will. It's coming. It's going to happen. And
Right.
I'm going to go on a generational run with this title, and I'm going to put on some of the best matches ISPW has ever seen, and that is a promise, ladies and gentlemen. So do not miss any ISPW shows from going forward today, because you're going to be in for a treat. It's going to be some of the most exciting matches you've ever seen. I promise you that.
Going through some of these comments while you're walking, Carmine, you have a lot of fans here at ISPW. Looks like Carmine is Front Row Mafia approved, stamp of approval before this win.
Much love to the Front Row Mafia, man. Those are my guys.
Yeah, be careful of them, okay?
Are they actually in the mafia or?
No, they're just, I started that organization and then they kind of ruined it. So I got out of it. How do I get this comment? See, I'm gone for 2 weeks and I don't know how to get rid of comments. I want to make a mention that there is something happening tonight in Wildwood. I don't know if you're
Oh, what's
aware of
going on?
this. Well,
No,
let
I'm
me
not
show you.
aware.
All right, let me show you right now. Doink
Oh
the
my
Clown.
God.
Doink the Clown is going
Holy
to be
cow.
at Gateway 26, the casino arcade. That's tonight. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 8 to 10 p.m. Check it out. I was there last month when Tony Atlas was at Gateway 26, and it was an experience, I got to tell you. Tony Atlas is currently right now the tri-state heavyweight champion. He is too old for gold, and one of my objectives now that I'm back from my suspension is to get that title off of him, because this is disgusting, Carmine. I don't mind you with gold. Okay, you're a young thoroughbred, but when Tony Atlas is holding gold here at ISPW, that's where I draw the line. Doink the Clown, he'll be there tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. So Carmine, if you're in the area, go down to Gateway 26, say hi to the rest of the ISPW fans. It should be a lot of fun, and we'll go over the match one last time. It's for the ISPW Light Heavyweight Championship. It's Carmine Arrotta taking on Buddy Thomas, Ryan O'Neal, Junie Underwood, and the former three-time ISPW Heavyweight Champion, Brandon Downey. That's one of the big matches that's happening tomorrow night at the Wildwood Convention Center. And we talked about some of the legends of professional wrestling. As you can see right here on the marquee, you got in action Luke of the Bushwhackers. The
Holy cow.
Sandman's going to be there tomorrow night from ECW. Sergeant Slaughter. Gangrel is going to be wrestling tomorrow night. Snitsky is going to be wrestling. The Headbangers are ISPW Tag Team Champions. I don't know what's going on with ISPW right now. They turn back the clock 30 years.
I know. It's unbelievable.
It's going to be a happening. Everybody get your tickets now at Ticketron, or is it Ticketmaster? I think it's Ticketmaster.
I believe it's Ticketmaster. This card is stacked. The legends that you guys are going to be able to meet tomorrow, along with the talent that's wrestling on there. Man, if you miss this show, I don't know if you're really a wrestling fan. This is something that you cannot miss. This is an unbelievable show. And dare I say, I think it's more stacked than the last one. What do you think, Tom?
Well, here's one thing I want to show you. I don't want you to miss this graphic. Check this graphic out.
Holy cow.
Upper right-hand corner?
Yeah, that is awesome, man.
All right. You've now made the Hall of Champions. Right now, it's you, Justin Carino as the heavyweight champion, Sloane Jacobs, WWE ID. I believe she's involved with Evolve right now. She is also a women's champion for us. And then we have the old timers, the Headbangers, and of course the tri-state champion. Yeah, Carmine, let me get you back on here and get this graphic off.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be an awesome night tomorrow night. Meet and greet starts at 5:30 p.m. The actual show starts at 7:30 p.m. If you were there a month ago in Wildwood, you know what happened. It was amazing. Carmine, I thank you for being on my 100th episode a month ago.
Yes, sir.
For ISPW Weekly.
It was an
honor.
honor.
Had it live. Yeah, we had it live. You were there in the arena. It was a great time, and we did it so well. We're running it back again.
Yes, we are. And if I could end with this.
Please do.
A lot of you guys know that I've been a wrestling fan my entire life, and that I was going to that Wildwood Convention Center as a kid every single summer, watching guys like John Cena, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, Jeff Hardy. The list goes on and on and on. I watched all of those guys wrestle in that convention center. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, I will be walking in, making my entrance for the first time as a champion in that very same building. This is something I could have never dreamed about. I mean, honestly, this means the world to me. It really does. And if I could say anything, man, it's just follow your dreams. You never know where it's going to take you or what can happen, because this is a moment tomorrow night, me having my first entrance as a champion in a building I watched literally the greatest wrestlers of all time wrestling. This is crazy. This is a crazy life that I'm I'm living, and just forever grateful for it, man. Forever grateful for the opportunities, and I don't take them for granted. Every time I get an opportunity, I try to knock it out of the park and exceed expectations time and time again. So thank you so much for giving me the time today, Tom. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to see all of you guys tomorrow night. It's going to be a great show, and I look forward to defending that title, walking in as the champion, and walking out.
There he is, Carmine Arrotta. He'll be there tomorrow night at the Wildwood Convention Center. Check him out as he puts his ISPW Light Heavyweight Championship on the line. Get tickets right now at Ticketmaster or at the door. Carmine, thank you for being on ISPW Weekly.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, Tom.
All right. I mean, everyone's excited about him, just like they're also excited about Nasty Nic Nolan, because it's the young blood here at ISPW that is really turning the fans on their ears, and they're seeing new talent. And that's why ISPW is the best independent is the best independent company in the country right now in New Jersey. Some of the other matches that's happening Friday night, because we're going to end the show in a few minutes here, I got to go over. We talked about Nasty Nic Nolan taking on Joe Clean, but of course, my best friend Eric Corvus is going to be taking on Rick Recon. Now, while I was away for those 2 weeks, Eric Corvus had a match with Rick Recon. It's a best of 7 between the two. Eric took the first one handily, I might say. I mean, I wasn't even there. I didn't have to be there. I was off having a great time. Eric leads that series 1-0. This is now the second match between the two. GKM, the Phoenix, is taking on the Revolver, Alex Ryman. We also have the Dominican Destroyer, Vargas, against Danny Moff. How about this one? This is for the ISPW Heavyweight Championship. The Hands of Stone, Justin Carino, putting the title on the line against two who were actually killing each other for months on the light heavyweight scene, and now they've been thrusted into the heavyweight picture. I'm talking about the main character, Rico Gold, and the problem child, Brandon Downey. It's a 3-way match for the ISPW Heavyweight Championship. This is all happening at the Great New Jersey Bash in Parsippany, Friday, August 21st. Of course, once again, Nasty Nic Nolan makes his in-ring debut against Joe Clean, who has been a favorite here in ISPW for a long time. But I got to tell you something, Joe. You're looking at 2 L's the next 2 nights in ISPW, because there's no way you're getting past Richard Holiday and Nic Nolan. Before we end this evening, once again, tomorrow night, it's the Legends of Wrestling. The Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. It's another 6-man match between Justin Carino, GKM, Ricky Price, Vargas, LSG, and Alex Ryman. The Now will be defending the Demolition Cup. If you recall, the Now won the Demolition Cup 3 years ago. Okay, they won it 3 years ago. Axe and Smash of Demolition gave them the cup. They now have another cup, and they want to put that up for grabs again. So the Now is going to be taking on the Shot Callers and Sent to Slaughter. The winner will be presented with the Demolition Cup again. Also, the ISPW Tag Team Championship will be on the line, as the Headbangers will be taking on Aaron Rourke and Marcus Mathers from WWE Evolve. Bushwhacker Luke Snitsky and Rick Recon are in a 6-man match with Eric Corvus, the 8-player Anthony, and Angel Reyes. If you've been watching social media lately, there's been a lot of chatter from this Angel Reyes. The man's not playing with a full deck. He refuses to listen to Corvus and to Anthony. And if he doesn't get on the same page, the same thing's going to happen that happened a month ago when Atlas was involved. Ava Everett will be taking on Vicky Venuto. And then to wrap things up, we have Gangrel taking on Justin Credible. Hey, I was gone for 2 weeks. I'm back. Okay? And I want to say one thing, by the way. I could have fought what Pat Savino did to me a couple of weeks ago? Because when he came on ISPW Weekly and said the board of directors had a problem with what I did, watch this.
On Thursday, May 23rd, 2026.
Sorry, Pat, I wasn't there Thursday, May 23rd, 2026. I was there Thursday, July 23rd. I could have gotten Lawyer Lee on the phone with the management of ISPW and had the suspension revoked. But I didn't want to because Corvus gave me a 2-week vacation. But that just goes to show you how much of an idiot you are. Once again, thank you to Nasty Nic Nolan and Carmine Arrotta for being here on episode 102. I'll be back again next week. Thank you for all commenting and maybe I'll give you guys another shot next week on ISPW Weekly.